So, couple things. First off, took, we're doing our bell for today, so we're not going to do your bell starter. So if you'll take your starter paper out and write on the top, big cross on today, just put bell quiz. And we'll get full points as long as you have bell quiz written across it on Wednesday's starter. Okay? Bell quiz. That's all I have to do. Okay? Now, the other thing I wanted to do is I just got to have your grades for this first chapter up till paragraph. We went through it. If you go home, get a sign, bring it back. I'll give you some bonus points on your assignment for that, okay? So if you get them signed, bring them back. You get bonus points on that. So yesterday we did 2-5, right? The other thing, as long as we're on our grades, let me go through this too. Remember I told you at the beginning of the trimester that late assignments I start taking points off, right? I give you the first 6 for free. So if you had 6 late assignments, you still got 100% on them. I didn't take anything off. On number 7, it goes down to 60%. It's the highest test score you can get. So you want to make sure you're getting your assignments in on time. So let's say I have fallen behind and I've got 4 late assignments. What I want to do then is I want to go to the one that's due, turn it in, and then go back and make up another one. So I do 2 assignments in a night. Don't just keep working and getting further and further and further behind because you're losing points then. Does that make sense to everybody? You need to stay on top of it. That's the idea. Okay? So tonight, what's due tomorrow is 2.4. It's due tonight, 10 o'clock. 2.5. Most of us finished that first page, 1 to 21, right? If you finish the first page and turn it in by 10 o'clock tonight, you get two bonus points, which means you can miss 2 problems on it and still get 100%. Okay? So make sure you're doing this part of it. All right. Today what we're going to do is the last part of 2.5. We kind of skipped over it. And it's kind of important, and I knew I was going to do a bell today, and I knew I wanted to give you a little bit of time, but let's look at questions you have on 2.5. On the first 21, are there any? Anybody have any? They want to go over? You got it? So we're all, go ahead, Tabitha. Sure. Okay, number 21. Down here, it says, angle 1 plus angle 2 is equal to this. Well, so I went over here and looked at angle 1 and angle 2. What do you know about angle 1 and angle 2 from over here? What kind of angles are 1 and 2? They are supplementary because they're consecutive interior or same side, right? Good job. What does supplementary mean? They add up to 180. So angle 1 plus angle 2 equals 180, right? So look right here. Angle 1 plus angle 2. Well, we know what that equals. It's what? 180. It has to equal 5x minus 10, right? And then I could just solve it. Is that good? Do you need me to keep going, or are you good there? Good there? Any others you want to see? Go ahead. These are just true and false. So that says, like number 1, it says angle 1 and angle 6 are the same side interior angles. True or false? What do you think? Who said false? Somebody over there. Why, Libby? They're not alternate exterior either. But they're on the same side, but they're outside of my line. So they're exterior angles, so they're not interior angles, so they're false. That help? So if you look at the next one, 2 and 7, here and here, are they alternate interior angles? Yes. So that is true. Okay? All right. So what we're going to do for the rest of today, I want you to take your assignment that you're on 2-5 here, flip it back over to this side. And we're going to do some notes on this, and then we're going to finish up 2-5, the second page of 2-5 today. Okay, that's what our goal is to accomplish. And this is something that we've done before a long time ago. We talked about shapes and specifically certain kinds of shapes. So what we're going to talk about today is these shapes right here. Okay, so the first one is a quadrilateral. We're going to write notes on this. This is a picture of a quadrilateral. Is there anybody that can give me a definition of a quadrilateral? What makes something a quadrilateral? Go ahead. It has 4 sides. It's a closed 4-sided figure. And that's all it is. It's got 4 sides. So therefore it's got 4 angles, right? It's got 4 angles. It's closed. That just means it doesn't have an open section, so stuff can't run out of it if you were to pour it in there. Okay? So a quadrilateral is any closed 4-sided figure. So there's 3 types. There's more than 3. There's some that are just quadrilaterals, but there's 3 other types that are special cases of quadrilaterals. This is one kind, this is one kind, and this is one kind. This side have 2 parallel lines. So that means 2 of the lines that are across from each other are parallel. Does anybody know what this is called? What these 2 are called? They all are. They're trapezoids. Thank you. Okay? They're trapezoids. Trapezoids have one set of parallel lines. That's all that has to happen. So because they have a set of parallel lines, we know something about this angle and this angle. What do we know about them? They're supplementary, right? Here's the line. Because they're alternate or consecutive interior angles, these 2 are supplementary. So are these 2 over here, okay? These 2 are supplementary. Now, are these 2 supplementary? They don't have to be, because these 2 lines aren't parallel, okay? But these 2 have to be and these 2 have to be, but these 2 do not, okay? So this is a special type of trapezoid. This trapezoid is called an isosceles, and I can't spell this. Isosceles trapezoid. It's a trapezoid. It still has a set of parallel sides like this, but it also has this side and this side are equal. Okay? And because these 2 sides are equal, this angle and this angle are equal. And this angle up here and this angle up here are also equal. And because it's a trapezoid, this angle plus this angle equal how much? 180. Okay? So it still follows the rules of a trapezoid. Now, a trapezoid could be tilted. We could draw it like this. Okay? And this side parallel to this side. It's still a trapezoid. Right? Okay? So these are trapezoids. How about this one? Does anybody know what this one is? I cheated and wrote it on there for you. It's a kite. What do you know about a kite? They fly. They're just kind of nice. This side and this side are equal, right? This side and this side are equal. Now, they aren't across from each other that are equal. They're the 2 that are next to each other, so they call them consecutive. So we call this consecutive side and this a consecutive side. So the consecutive sides are equal. And these 2 consecutive sides are equal. Kite has another interesting thing. This angle right here and this angle right here are also equal. But these 2 are not. All right. And kites also have 90-degree angles when I talk about these, what we would call a diagonal. A diagonal goes from this corner to this opposite corner. And this corner, this is a diagonal and this is a diagonal. The diagonals are perpendicular. That means they form a 90-degree angle. All right? We got that? Okay. So our definition for a kite is no parallel sides, but well, we could just leave it this way. I was going to say no parallel sides, opposite sides, or not opposite sides, but consecutive sides are congruent. Okay? That leaves this middle section. This middle section is, we talked about several of these shapes since we were in first and second grade, but they have something in common. Does anybody know what this whole section is called? Okay, do you know what this one is called? No? They're called parallelograms. Parallelograms are the most interesting ones because they have a lot of things going on. These sides are parallel, but they also are congruent, which means that they're the same. These sides are parallel. They also are congruent. So these two are the same. These two are the same. This angle is the same as this angle. And this angle is the same as this angle. And these two angles add up to 180, and so do these two angles. Okay? So that's a parallelogram. Now, there are so these are the three types. You got trapezoids, parallelograms, kites, and then some that are just quadrilaterals, okay?